Yes, Joe. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm down at Brands Hatch and I'm here with Goodyear to test out their brand new Supersport tyre. They've very kindly invited me down here on the GP circuit, which is amazing. I've never been out there. In fact, I've never been to Brands until last night. I snuck down here, got a couple of laps around the Indy circuit. As luck would have it, Goodyear have sorted me out with a M2 Competition in Long Beach Blue, parked behind me. It's a DCT box, so less to think about on a circuit that I don't know. The Supersport tyre, we'll talk more about it in the car, but it's actually more of a high performance road tyre than a track tyre, ironically. It's going to be a really exciting day and I can't wait to see what these tyres are like. So next time you'll join me is on my first session out there on the GP circuit. Okay guys, here we go. My first ever session around Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit. As I mentioned outside, I was actually here last night and I got about 6 laps around the Indy circuit. But the Indy circuit ends basically at the end of this straight here, so completely different ball game, different lines, especially into here. So for those of you that haven't been to Brands, the Indy circuit ducks off over to the right there, and then we carry on up the hill here. And down this very fast straight, massive numbers. Okay, that was 130, just cruising. Wow, what a circuit. I've got some touring cars or something behind me. Well, so far tyres feel great. Car feels really nimble. It's nice having DCT because I don't know this circuit, and I have to say, although I love my manual, when you're on the circuit, a DCT makes life a lot easier. So this is totally different. We're joining the Indy circuit now, so a completely different line through here. Tyres are already up into their 50s, especially the front left. In fact, they're quite evenly heated, which is good. Okay guys, well, I've just done another 5 or so laps on these fairly worn Supersports, and I have to say, they're feeling amazing. Like, they're feeling so predictable considering how hot they are. The car's moving around a lot more, but I still have confidence in them. And in fact, what is going first on this is the brakes. The stock brakes, it's got the small brake kit on it. But yeah, the car feels brilliant, really good. You get some nice sort of long slides going. Just epic. Really good under braking as well. As I mentioned before, the turning is just epic. Oh, really impressive. Amazing. I'm learning this track a bit more. It's almost 140 at the bottom of there. I really don't know where the braking coming into here. It's just epic. This is totally blind through here. Cars moving around. Now's a good time to talk about their lineup. So these are the Supersports, as I say. And these are the equivalent of, say, PS4Ss in Michelin. So they're a high performance road tyre that you can use on the track occasionally. But they also do Supersport Rs, which are designed a lot more for track use, so like Cup 2s. And then they do Supersport RSs, which are designed for really high performance road cars, like GT3 RSs, etc. But a real dry tyre as well. Now, I've not used these in the wet, but speaking to Jonathan Benson from Tyre Reviews earlier on, he said these are absolutely awesome in the wet. So that's good to hear. The car's just amazing. They're really hot now, so I'm going to cool down. I'm going to let the car cool down. I'm impressed by how these feel. These are quite a scrub set actually, so they were put on yesterday and they've had a whole track day evening. So after lunch, I'm actually going to get some fresh ones put on, and then we'll get a real feel of what they like with fresh edges, because these have been a bit scrubbed in. For a high performance road tyre, so far, I'm really impressed. Okay guys, I've just had lunch and we've got some fresh boots on the M2 Competition. So these are brand new Eagle F1 Supersports, as you can see. So I'm going to take it quite easy for a couple of laps, because like with all new tyres, they're a bit greasy, a bit slippery. Here is one of the rear ones that came off this car that I'm actually going to use as a coffee table now, although it's perfectly good. Now you got to remember, these tyres, they'd done a couple of hundred road miles, and then they did a whole Evo track session, an evening session last night. So about 2.5 hours around the Indy circuit at Brands, and then they've done 2 hard sessions, which you've seen, 20-minute sessions, so 40 minutes in total today, in 27, 28 degrees heat. So when you look at that, it looks pretty fresh to me. Obviously you can see where it started to overheat, but actually I'm very impressed with the way it looks. And that's a heavy car at 1600 kilos with me in it. You're talking about 1700, 1750, so really impressed. Now we're going to take that out on its fresh tyres. Okay guys, had lunch, new tyres on as we've just looked at, and I've got Mr. David King sitting next to me. Bimmer Deals on Instagram, so make sure you check that out. I'll put a link to that below in the description. I'm just going to take it very easy on the first lap because tyres are brand new and they need scrubbing in, so but yeah, it should be fun. Looking forward to it. Fresh tyres, woohoo!
Oh, this is amazing, mate. I might go a bit quiet. Oh, I'm loving this. This is incredible. Carries so much speed.
120, 130. Right then, I guess I should speak about the tyres. Well, I think the pressures are a bit high. I'll need to drop them for the next session, but they're feeling great. Like, the car's feeling really good. The initial turning is really good. I can definitely feel that the outside edge has got a good lot of meat on it. You're just on the edge of grip through there.
Yes, Joe.
How was that then, mate? Good?
Joe, mate, honestly. What an experience. What an experience. Can't even put that into words, Joe, honestly, mate. That is insane. That's so much fun.
Thanks for coming out, Dave.
You're welcome, mate.
And yeah,
thank you
as
very
I
much.
say, check this guy out on Instagram. If you want a BMW or a Mini, yeah, give him a, I'll put his email below as well, so give him a shout.
Top man. Give me a little nook.
Hey. Okay, so after that pretty hard session where the front's got up to over 90, there's actually very little sign of any kind of wear or even not too much heat going in there. Don't know if the camera's picking it up, but especially the left front, which is the one that gets all the abuse around here. Yeah, really impressive, really impressive. Just about to go out for another session on my own, and then I'm going to finish it with an actual instructor. So I'll learn how to go around the track in my last session. Such an amazing track out here, really is. To think what the Superbike boys do out here, it's just unreal. Really unbelievable. Right then guys, we are out on the final session. I've got Ash Miller next to me.
What's up?
Professional driver. I know it's a bit of an unconventional way to do it. It's going to be really interesting to hear what you have to tell me, mate. But
Yeah, no worries, let's get cracking. got to start with, and then
Yep.
we chip away. These cars are phenomenal as well, though.
Yeah, aren't they? Wow, what a day, what an amazing day. Brands Hatch is incredible. Both the Indy circuit, the smaller one, and obviously the Grand Prix circuit is just another level. Like, that's where you need to really grow a pair because the speeds are much higher and incredible. The tyres were fantastic, really good. They held up all day long. Okay, we changed them at lunch, but we only changed them as a precaution because obviously I'm here with Goodyear and they wanted me to experience some fresh ones. As soon as I put the new ones on, the front end did feel that bit better. It's very hard for me to compare them to any other tyre because I've never been to Brands before except for a couple of laps last night in Tony's Alpine. So if I had my M2 here or another M2 on another branded tyre, then I'd be able to compare them back to back. But what I can say is the Eagle F1 Supersports that were on the M2 competition that I was in today really stood up to everything. They gave me a lot of feel. They felt really positive on the brakes, they felt positive turning, and the car felt really balanced. It felt balanced when the tyres were at normal temperature, and when they rose like above into the 80s and 90s, the grip levels dropped, but the whole car still felt really balanced and manageable, which is really cool and really important. I mean, yeah, it's not very often you get to do this in someone else's car and someone else's tyre and someone else's fuel. This is not a sponsored video, by the way. I wasn't being paid. I'm not being paid to do this. But how could you turn down a day at Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit in a really nice car with some tasty tyres? Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go because my arm is hurting from holding this camera. I'm gonna go and have a refreshing cold drink and then deal with the M25 all the way around to where I live. Thanks for watching as always. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know it's a bit of a long one, but I love my circuit stuff and I know a lot of you guys and girls appreciate this. So thanks for tuning in. I will see you at the next one. Don't forget about control and shift either. Pretty cool t-shirt for today's action. I'm sure Bimmer Deals will agree. Cheers, see you soon.